from my lunch bunch, from my lunch break. It's from the racetrack. It's Southwest sausage, Southwest spicy sausage. It's got sausage links or slices, jalapeno and purple onion. It's pretty good. It has some kind of mayonnaise sauce instead of the tomato sauce. I'm just gonna do my lunch break. We're gonna hang out, check out some documentaries.
That's why people like Sekirai Sitchin.
And I also got this beef empanada here, so stay tuned for that.
Image, because when the only people that was talking about it throws into like left field and makes everyone think it's not real.
Right.
So then I
don't know if I
came
can eat
along
all
and I was
this.
like, well, what do the tablets actually say? What are the best translations? And that's what led me down
It's definitely
a lot
spicy,
of this
though.
rabbit hole that I did.
Yeah, that's kind of like the double-edged sword of like technology and like the proliferation and ubiquity of media nowadays with podcasts and YouTube
Hey,
and all
RB.
that stuff. Is that like it's a lot easier to find out who is full of shit
Hi, Rowena.
and what's real. You know, even though AI can't really isn't accurately translating ancient texts yet. I don't think. I'm not sure.
Kamusta ka na, po? Kain ako ng pizza, po. Anong ginagawa mo? Anong ginagawa mo?
Now.
But like the story of Atlantis is a great example about is like how that story has been bastardized over.
Wow, marunong ka pala mag-Tagalog.
I actually come from a completely different angle of that, to the point where I feel like I've found some evidence that actually brings a lot more credibility to that entire story.
Yeah.
Marunong ka pala mag-Tagalog, po. Sabi ko tama?
The Atlanta story is fascinating. Like when you actually understand the real chain of transmission with Atlantis, you realize how fucking crazy it is. Like if you think the chain of transmission with the Bible's crazy, Atlantis is that on steroids.
Yeah,
because it was transmitted orally for 1,000 years before Solon.
Yes.
And then it was passed to the Egyptian priest who had no records to corroborate any of it. And then it was passed down to Pliny the...
Oh wow, marunong ka pala mag-Tagalog. Ba?
And then the younger, and then
Konti lang po.
eventually gets to Plato, ending up in the Timaeus and Critias. Like it's crazy.
There's a whole facet to that story you may know.
And Plato wasn't a historian.
No, he's a philosopher.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess I should bring this up because you just brought it up. I have a whole other angle that may give validity to the Atlantis story that people don't talk about. And I found it in digging into a very interesting individual named Plutarch.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of Plutarch?
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about Plutarch.
Okay, so Plutarch.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
He came hundreds of years.
¿Cómo están?
He was actually 400 years after Solon visited Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Plutarch's story
Hi, guy. Hi,
is a
one guy.
dangerous one. Because Plutarch brings credibility to something that's supposed to be an allegory. Like nobody else does. So I would also like...
I'm on break. I'm on break.
the Diodorus too.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Yep.
But
That's what Scruffy the janitor says.
you're very well versed on this, so let me see if you know this. So Plutarch is
Plutarch.
a very unfortunate
What?
individual that what he's known for is almost unknown. And what he is known for is somewhat irrelevant.
Ooh.
Okay? So Plutarch was a
I had some pigs in a blanket earlier, so I'm not sure I can actually finish all of this.
temple priest, I don't know if you know that, of Delphi. So he was actually a temple priest of Apollo at Delphi in Greece.
Mm-hmm.
He was a pretty high...
Hindi, 'Hindi, 'puede, 'ko. 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 'Hindi, 'puede, '
cool. He was, you could call him the last of his kind, because after him, everything changed, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. He was a great philosopher. He was a temple priest. He was a mystic. He knew a lot of knowledge, and he has been totally glossed over in history for some reason.
Hindi pwede ko kain lahat ng pagkain to.
I've been digging into that and found some really interesting stuff regarding that. So, why is Plato's work considered an allegory and not real? Well,
He was
Plato
a
doesn't
known
give us
liar.
any specifics about who these temple priests are Solon meets with. He does.
Look how thick this crust is. Just save that for later. They've got a deal for like $5 for 2 slices, but every time I do it, I get 2 slices. It turns out to be too much. So, here's the beef empanada. They're pretty savory. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Evil Larry is coming. Hey guys, Evil Larry is coming, so make sure you stay tuned for that. For that. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Because Evil Larry is coming.
Any names. The only
Sina Morol Fan 55. Evil Larry from the memes. Uh-oh. I'm scared now.
is the name of the temple. He says it's the Temple of Sais, S-A-I-S. So that's all we get. So what happened?
I'll be sure and look that up later. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds kind of scary.
Scholars came back and said, well, Plato made the entire thing up. None of it's true. The only part of that story that's true is that Solon did visit Egypt, right?
Well, also, all of the people around Plato were constantly saying he was a liar and he was full of shit, including Aristotle.
Well,
There's a little cross section. See, there's a cross section right there. I know you need to see that. Uh-oh. Anomaly incoming. Well, honestly, I could go for some anomalies right about now because the status quo, it just ain't all it's cracked up to be. Hey, look at that. You gotta step outside of the vehicle to smoke so that you can spit. That's how you do it. Lots of spitting too. And now it looks like we've got the long-legged blue scrubs, but apparently they came with the extra small or maybe a medium-sized top. Okay, enough of that. Let's focus back in on this handsome devil right here. Just kidding. Hello there, Karen Christensen 8125. I sure appreciate that. What are you guys doing? Shouldn't you be in school today? I'm just kidding. That was just a little joke. Anomaly. Incoming anomaly. 30 seconds in counting. T minus 30 seconds. Incoming anomaly. T minus 30 seconds. Does that mean they're going to troll me or something? They're going to hit me with one of those bot attacks? They're going to start hitting me with the bot attacks, so much so that it kicks me out the system. It boots me out the system. Okay, guess not. Intercom quota met. Gorilla Corp. Thanks you. Okay. Much obliged. Much obliged. See, I had the donuts earlier. All right, now we're gonna get back to business, and we're gonna start listening to some documentaries. Because honestly, that's why I went online. Is we've got some documentaries to catch up on. We'll just say these for later. We finished our beef empanada, and we've still got that big fat pizza crust that we can eat later. Probably. Got too much garbage in here. Too much garbage. In the old cooler bag. Too much garbage in the old cooler bag. But we've got us Mountain Dew for later. And we've got us chocolate milk. Little bottle of water. All right, let's get this queued up. Queue up this documentary real quick so we can get this out of the way. Because I'm gonna have to do the lunch break, and then I'll have to be getting back to work. Know what I mean? Got to get back to work pretty soon. Hey, what was that dinging noise? Don't quit making those dinging noises. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, it's no big deal. I don't care. I'm just trying to find this this playlist thing, you know. This playlist. Pull this playlist up.
It's because there was a mandate and there was an effort to basically disprove and quiet that whole narrative.
I've got pollen all over my car today. I need to go to the Superstar.
Socrates was murdered.
Yeah.
Right? Socrates
was murdered? I guess I didn't take enough ancient history. Alright, we've got, I think there's like two installments here, and so we're going to go back and catch up with the one before this latest one first, you know? Because he's talking about how he removed 3 of the latest installments.
Everybody, welcome back to the channel.
Which we did play. We played them on live once. Hey, poor Dirt Farmer, what's happening, brah? What's happening? What's good? Hello. Best regards. I saw that thing about Press NH. That was pretty cool. Documentary you did about Press NH. And hey, tornado. Yeah, so Press NH is a batterer, it turns out, apparently. The other thing I was looking at as far as the documentaries, I'm not right now, but that's what I was checking out like last night, is, you know, the Louis Rossman Louis Rossman and bro, he got pissed off, didn't he? Louis Rossman got pissed off, and he did a little documentary about DMA's lawyer, didn't he? And he finished up by saying that he thought DMA made a mistake by getting involved with the DMCA. That's crazy. I never thought I would get so much inside info from Louis Rossman. Wow, you know? Wow. But I kind of enjoyed what he was doing with the Flock AI surveillance thing. Of course, that's old news to me, you know. In Louisville, they were like the first town. They've been on the cutting edge of this technology thing. I just wonder how these departments are going to respond when we start hitting them with public records requests. I would like to get involved with a group that does public records requests and, you know, put all the information together and stuff. Hey, Tornado Garden, great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for stopping by. You lie boss.
Make a real brief video about
This is Syndicate Video Media. He's doing a documentary about an internet scammer.
latest DoDash videos that were actual videos being brought in. And to be honest with you, I just don't trust the copyright system. I don't trust fair use, and I'm not going to take a chance on fair use. Usually, when you're doing,
Well, you know, you can ask Denver Metro Audits about that. I don't know. Apparently, it doesn't have much teeth, the fair use thing.
the work, and you're coming at people
Start unless you're talking about a 1201 YouTube downloader software.
making videos about them that are not shedding them in the best light. Usually those are the videos that they want to attack you, you know, come after and try to get them removed. Now, just to be clear, I have not received any copyright notifications or any type of takedown request. But in order to avoid that and be able to continue doing what I do, I've decided to not do that. Now, we do have a little bit of an issue. The system that I use is a system that I'm able to. The only reason I started bringing in her actual video is because there was not a way for me to bring in the audio the way I was doing it before.
See, so he's talking about he did bring in the video, so he is using some kind of a downloader, screen capture, whatever that conversation. You know what I mean? I'm not a technical guy, but he just said that he brought in the video. So yeah, it is touch upon the same topic in the conversation. You're talking about fair use and a downloader type of software.
If you guys don't know, I do a sports channel, and on that sports channel, I wanted to start bringing in guests. And even over here, if I interview people, as a matter of fact, we might have an interview scheduled this week with a particular individual. I don't want to say who they are just yet, but hopefully we can get that done this week. I think it's going to be interesting.
It doesn't
But
matter.
I wanted to get the system where I could bring in guests, and they weren't hearing echoes of themselves. So it's a very complicated thing, mixed minus some stuff like that. So in achieving that goal, I now have it where I cannot hear audio. So I can play desktop audio right now. I can play a video right now. You won't be able to hear it. I can. You won't be able to hear it. It won't translate into the video. So it's a complicated system of mix minus audio stuff. It's a pain in the rear. So I finally got it to work on that side, and it took away the ability for desktop audio. Now, if you are not familiar with why I was doing that to avoid copyright, so that if there was never a chance for her to try to come at me and take down my videos. Because if she could do that, it would have already been done, okay? But I don't want to take the risk, because we're doing the work that we're doing is great. And I'm almost to the point so right now I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can bring in the audio like I used to do, And even if I did that, would you guys even want to still see that?
Yeah, so yeah, I'll see it. We'll see it. I don't care. You know, the way you should do it, I think, after listening to Louis Rossman, is that you just play it on a screen and then record it on another device instead of downloading it. Oops.
Difference, great, but I just don't trust the fair use system. I do not trust that, because basically fair use is a law that is...
That's weird that you used YouTube Music that they offered and still got blocked. That is weird.
Really is. If the person decides, if YouTube decides that something falls under fair use, then I would be okay. If they don't decide that, then that's when they usually take down the video. So you guys know that we had to deal with, I didn't have to deal with this in particular, because when I brought in a few of this guy's clips, I guess it was transformative enough in order to fall under the Fair Use Act, but I didn't trust YouTube. I did not trust them, because they dictate what falls under fair use. And if they saw that, or dictated that my videos did not fall under fair use, then things could go wrong after that. Now, the other way that I've been doing this, because trust me, if she could take down my videos, they would have already been down, okay?
Funny thing about fair use, when your channel is not monetized, it doesn't mean quite so much.
It's something that I don't want to risk, because there's a lot more involved than, let me just say, what you see, all right? So I decided that to be safe and protect myself, I took down the videos on my own. I was not requested. I did not get a takedown request. I did not get a remove request. But the person that I was bringing up before, everybody knows Dante London. Dante London he did.
Oh, is that who's going to be on the show next week? He's going to do an interview with Dante London? Question mark.
3 separate times where he gave people permission verbally, which does not matter, came in, copyright struck a lot of people. They lost their channels. Some of them got it back. Some of them had to create new channels, and YouTube is real finicky. So if they feel like it doesn't go under fair use, which I think was transformative enough, you know what I'm saying, that I added my own commentary, and you might...
Yeah, it has to be transformative. That's the thing, is if you do a reaction video, you use somebody else's content, you're just supposed to, like, you know, transform it, like by making commentaries over it. You don't just put it up in its entirety, you know, and then just let it roll like that. You know, that's not your own content. You got to make it your own, make your own content, not like you're just publishing someone else's content.
Well, I see a lot of reaction videos, a lot of reaction channels, and everyone falls under the same thing. So if one of those channels wanted to pursue copyright detection, they could do that and then go from there, and whatever YouTube deems fit. So it just means usually, okay, so reactions are part of the YouTube ecosystem.
Yeah.
And when you bring in somebody's video, you are running the risk of a copyright situation. And it will be then up to YouTube to figure out if that copyright situation is within the realms of fair use. If it is, you're fine. If it's not, then that's when the person that requested the copyright takedown can pursue. And I want to tell you, so
Yeah, and they can also pursue based upon a YouTube downloading software or screen capture type of software.
Which has not happened to me. I'm just being proactive, because I have a lot. This channel is probably doing her the most damage, so I want to make sure that it stays here. And in order for me to do that, I just don't trust the system to keep this channel up. So I'm not going to run the risk of showing her video anymore, because that's what it was.
Thanks,
it was like
guys.
a risk. I was taking a chance with this. So there are other creators that do reaction commentary, and if they transform it enough that it falls under fair use, then they can bypass the copyright situation. It's kind of like when if you know anything about sampling, right? So Kanye West, a huge sampler, that's his whole career is built off of sampling albums, right? So if you change up a sample enough, you don't have to get approval from the people who made the song. At least that's the way I understand it. So but if you don't, you have to clear with that songwriter or whoever owns the rights to that song. You have to clear it with them in order to use their
Okay, yeah, okay.
So if you transform it enough, sometimes you can miss copyright.
This is all about fair use, apparently.
But again, that's deemed by whoever deems those things. In this case, whenever you're using someone's video,
Don't do that. Don't you do that. Don't you use someone else's video. Just don't do it. It's just bad, okay? Don't you dare
done
put
enough,
someone else's video on your
damage,
YouTube
so to
channel.
speak, and limiting the range of
Don't you
her
dare. Don't you
scams.
ever.
Okay, so in order to keep that a thing, if we continue, and the only reason I say if is because I don't know if I can bring in the audio like I did before. I really don't know. So this could be the end, like the official.
Just audio only? Like, how could you even get, like, whatever? Like, what even is that?
Because getting my system to work for my other channel is much more
No, you just got to get it out of your system, dog.
than bringing in desktop audio, if that makes sense. So hopefully this is not the end, but if it is,
This is the
we've
end.
done great work. Okay, and I say we because this is a
Yeah, man, and that's all the more reason to screenshot these, share these videos out, record them, share them, so that we hear what he's saying, what he's talking about.
we've
you
done
know?
great work, and it's going to
You're
be
doing great
I'm
work.
like Captain Planet, man. The power is yours. It might be time for me to pass the torch, so to speak, to someone else. Or
Bro, he just said Captain Planet. He's not old enough to remember that shit.
someone who wants to take those
Or that
risks.
poopy?
I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to do that because, again, I've got a lot riding on the things that I do, and it's, to me, the way that copyright is and fair use is, it's too risky to keep going.
Just too
It's
risky, dog.
Because again,
Too
I don't
risky, dog.
decide what's transformative enough. YouTube decides that. If they decide that I think it was transformative, I mean, I was pausing, I was giving my own commentary, and I've seen channels that have done that and have not passed the copyright and have not won the appeals and things like that. So again,
Well, that sucks, because that's pretty much just arbitrary. You know what I mean? It's like YouTube controls the platform, and then they put up fair use terms and conditions, but then they decide, you know, like what violates the fair use terms of use, and a reasonable person can't even tell. They don't even know, you know, like what is fair use, what's acceptable, what's not.
I did not receive a takedown notice from her. I never have. Okay, I think that I never have because she was unable to do it before. But now I am giving her an opportunity, and I would not. I'm not going to do that. I thought about it. I've been thinking about it for the past few days because I would have went right back to audio, but I
Just
realized
audio,
I couldn't
just
do that,
audio,
and I was
straight
like,
up
well, this is
audio
the only
only.
way that we can do it, and I have too much at stake for
Yeah,
me to
scratching
risk
my nose right here.
putting it on a law that is finicky to begin with. So we will, if we can continue, we'll continue when the need arises. If we can't, then we can't. But I wanted to make sure that I
Okay,
put you
got it,
guys,
dog.
this is a choice, a decision that I made for the good of my channel.
Okay,
and the
got
good
it,
of what
dog.
we're doing and the good of, to tell you the truth, much
Yeah, to tell you the truth, you know, you don't really even got to explain. You know, I don't give a damn if you want to delete the videos. There's no rule that says you have to leave your videos there forever. Like, why should it have to stay on the internet forever? So if you want to take down your videos, I don't care. I don't personally think like, oh, you deleted it, that means something's wrong with you. I don't know. People go lose their minds about a deleted post, but I'm not like that. I think that if you want to delete your post, you should just go ahead and delete it. Like, who gives a fuck, you know? And you know, but I might record it though. I might record your posts now, since I know that they might disappear. So I appreciate the heads up, but you really don't even have to explain you know, or make excuses and that kind of stuff. Like, you want to delete your video, you just go right ahead.
It was a decision I made. Again, no takedown requests. I have no takedown notices, no emails, nothing like that. It has not been done. But based off what Dante London did and what other, I'm sure other, basically when you make videos that are derogatory or bring negative attention to people, if I was making videos about her that were positive.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's the negativity thing, you know. Like, nobody wants to hear complaints, no matter what it is. Like, it could be completely justified. It could be a completely true and justified complaint, and people just don't want to fucking hear it. People just don't get into that shit. They're like, all they care about is their own shit. If it's not affecting them directly, I mean, they're not gonna fucking look up from their smartphone and take any notice. You know, a UFO could come and land right in the middle of Starbucks, and people won't even look up from their smartphones.
Share, okay, then that would be fine. She probably wouldn't have a problem with that. Most people don't. You know, when you're talking in a good light about someone, they don't mind that. But if you turn negative, or you turn where you are bringing,
Hey, what's up? Marriage, Keddy beer.
something that
Marriage, Keddy beer.
videos removed, and
Welcome,
there's
welcome.
a lot of consequences that come with that I am not going to deal with. All right,
show y'all
so
a
I have a
different
lot
view.
writing on YouTube, and she is not worth losing
nobody
that.
here.
She's not worth
Ain't
that.
nobody
So
here.
for
I
those
talking
reasons, I decided it was better to protect myself from any type of retaliation.
Ain't
As
nobody
far as
here.
copyright,
Fuck am I talking?
we've seen it done before. Dante London has done it a ton of times, and I've got much too much writing on YouTube and to let her damage
Oh yes.
that, okay?
Oh yes.
So, as far as the audio is concerned, that's okie dokie, a-okay.
Oh
And
yes.
that's why that I've been bringing it in. And you know what's
Yeah.
funny is that a lot of people that were dealing with certain individuals, I'll use Dante London for example. A lot of people that were using
Well, that's a horrible example. That's a pathetic example.
London hit a breaking point and he wanted to flex. He had all that stuff removed.
Flex? You call that a flex? Weird flex, bro.
Some won, some lost, right? But I've got way too much at stake to lose, if that makes sense. So I know it's a YouTube thing. A lot of you probably won't understand.
Yeah, no, I understand it. It's because your channel is monetized.
If you want to do some research on copyright and how it's a law of 1976, but it's very subjective as well. It really is. You would think that you're doing something to transform a piece of art, basically make content. It's almost like it's a whole different piece of content. You would feel that you've done that, and I'm sure
Well, like the way they do that in the art world, like say if you were to make an abstract painting, for example, what they would do is they break it up so much so, in fact, that it's unrecognizable.
that, and then you find out that it doesn't fall under fair use. So again, the fair use disclaimer has no relevance on whether it's fair use or not. So again, this is just a risk that I didn't want to take in this regard. It doesn't mean that I would stop if I can find a way to bring the audio back in and some visual components we can
Oh,
do that.
yeah.
But if I can't do that, then
Bring that audio back in, dog. Bring that beat back. Bring that beat back, man.
end. I don't want to say it's going to be the end if I'm not sure. But I will say this: if this is the end, which again, the only thing stopping me is the audio situation, and I've worked years to figure out how to do this, and I finally figured it out, and that's much more important. So I will say this: the work that we've done is phenomenal.
Look, here's how you do it. You bring in the audio just like this. Watch.
This could be a nice time to pivot, like a pivot point where, okay, something out of my control took me out.
Real freaking hard, bro.
And if you guys have seen Christopher Nolan's, my profile picture, this picture here is
Batman.
I wanted to blow it up.
What the fuck? What the fuck kind of profile picture is that? You got Batman as your profile picture. Bro, everybody want to be Batusa is Batman. is the Batman. Period. You know, ain't no other Batmans out there. It's Batusai. That's about it.
Is I had Chat GTP or GPT or whatever put me in a bat suit inside the bat cave, and if you actually blew this up on your phone, if you type and you click on this profile picture, what I was trying to do, you could see on the screens in the background are YouTube videos or YouTube itself, and they did a phenomenal job rocking that mustache too. By the way, the photo that I gave it to, duplicate or reference, and Batman is a symbol. In Christopher Nolan's movies, it's a symbol. It's not about the person itself, it's about the symbol. So it could be Bruce Wayne, it could be somebody else.
Well, this video is filler. This is just a bunch of filler.
So if that's what needs to happen, then I'm sure if the bat signal calls, then somebody can pick up the mantle. I do enjoy.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's what it is.
To a certain point, it does. Season 2 was super exhausting. Keeping up with her is super exhausting, especially prior to this whole thing that she's running, moving out and stuff like that. She was posting every day, multiple times a day, and it was all shenanigans. Everything was shenanigans. So nothing changed as far as what I believe. The video that she made today, which was to me either pre-recorded from before, and again, she claims to be living in her car. And if you go look at her most recent video, they are the worst DIY covers I've ever seen.
Oh my
She would have been better off just going to buy some, but it is not.
Oh my gosh, she's doing the Travis Hines thing. She is literally doing the Travis Hines thing, and I hope she starts auditing.
She's moved out, that she sold the stuff or anything like that. So we can still stay in this space. If you guys want the audio and I can figure that out, we'll try to figure that out. We can still stay in this space, but we have to essentially go back to the old way we were doing things.
Yeah,
I
dog.
was protecting myself from a finicky copyright system or a finicky law that I just don't trust. I just don't trust it. I am not going to leave.
Yeah, it's much too finicky. Yeah, dog.
Go up to what YouTube views as fair use. Some people can do that. Some people are fine with it. I don't want.
Oh, really? Because it seems to me like nobody knows what the threshold is.
Way too much writing on YouTube in order for that to happen. So if you know, you know. But unfortunately, this is a small victory because I was taking views away from her and things like that. And you guys think I want to do this for money and I'm trying to build my channel. Listen, you guys know how I feel about this channel. You guys are awesome. And initially, I don't think I appreciated you like I probably should have, because I was like, oh,
Definitely don't appreciate me. Tell you that much. Oh, hi, Sale, Halga, Free Sale.
you guys, I would delete the channel and blah blah blah. And the only reason I would say that is because of the fact that we're in this niche. Like I wanted to be in the niche of helping people on YouTube, and then that turned messy real quick. So now we're in like the messy niche, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I looked at it as like this suicide kamikaze mission where if I destroyed the channel at the sake of bringing attention to
Don't say that word on my live stream. Pretty please with sugar on top.
that taking advantage of other people, elderly people. She tried to get y'all to quit y'all jobs. Some of y'all did.
Quit y'all
She tried to get you
jobs.
to get on YouTube. Some of y'all did.
Quit your jobs and get a real job.
With very little to no actual substance behind that. And the part that really, really took me over the top is the taking advantage of people who know less. Right? From the shout outs to the reviews, when all of this stuff. And trust me, there's enough videos on my channel, you can't really see them on her.
Yeah, like that lady that I had found. Actually, she's the one who told me about DoDash's scam where she was trying to sell a notebook about how to start a YouTube channel and blow it up or whatever. And it was some lady called Philly Love. It's the Philly Love Club, the Plove Club. And yeah, so she definitely falls into that category that he's talking about, where she was taking advantage of people who just don't know as much, you know, because she's been on YouTube and she kind of had a idea about how the game is played, you know what I mean? But all her viewers that were listening to her, basically as a motivational speaker, is what she is, were taken advantage of, kind of, you know, because she was trying to sell this notebook. The lady that I spoke with was saying that she had not purchased the notebook because she didn't want to. She had already done something. I guess she had already started turning on her camera and making videos. And she said, I hoped that would be enough. She didn't want to have to turn around and buy a $34 notebook on top of that.
I want to make this very clear. The work that we have done, the receipted videos in audio form that we have done.
But it's true, like Philly Love, the Plove Club lady, was so dumb she didn't even realize that I was trying to support her. But I guess she just felt so stupid because she fell for Dodash's hogwash. So her feelings were not misplaced.
Enough to bring attention to her. And
you know, if she felt stupid about herself, then she was right.
matter of time before something happened. And I'm not going to give her that opportunity. I'm going to stay on her head if I can still do it, but I'm not going to give her that opportunity. So again,
I get it, dog. You deleted some videos over the fair use thing. I don't really care. Let's talk about it for 4 more minutes.
victory for her, but that's okay because not only do I still have my YouTube, this channel is still here. And if this channel was to disappear, I would want it to be in my hand, not someone else's. All right. So again, I'm protecting myself from what I know is coming. The only reason they couldn't do it before is because they could not do it before. I was only bringing in audio and there was no way they were going to get that. Trust me. I know for a fact that they would have tried, that they have tried, but there's nothing there. So now there is, okay? And who knows if they've already tried, but I know it was coming. It came with Dante London with a lot of, when people get tired of you talking about them, they will try to do something about it. And I got over 100 videos on this woman. There's no doubt that she's tried to do it, right? So anyway, her aside, I'm not going to leave it up to YouTube because I think I was transforming the content, but I'm not going to leave it up to fair use and a subjective opinion. It's basically will be up to them.
Okay.
All right? And the same thing would apply. So anybody you seeing bringing in somebody else's content, they all fall under the same.
How dare you bring in somebody else's content? How could you do such a thing?
Transforming it enough for it to become their own content. And that's what YouTube is looking for. But because I don't want to risk that, then I am going to stop bringing in her video. If we can figure it out another way, then we'll do that. All right? Just wanted to let you know what was going on. Again, I didn't receive anything. But very similar to Dante London, I know it's only a matter of time because we are doing massive damage. Massive damage to her. And it's not damage in a way that you think it is. We are we are the barrier between her scams running rampant.
Can you see that? Can you literally see that? I've already got 116 miles today.
You went into Lipstick Alley or a Reddit forum.
Did you see that?
About it. But now you can see.
I don't know if you can see
video documentation, audio documentation of what she's doing, and we're doing significant good. I'll put it like that. We're doing good as far as reaching people. The number of you in the comments,
we're doing some
almost
good
fell for the shenanigans, but came and said,
so document this.
All I'm doing is bringing to light what she's doing.
Yeah.
You're making the ultimate decision whether or not I'm making sense. And it's ultimately up to you. Some people we could save, some people we couldn't, right? But I'm not going to give her the opportunity. But again, if I can figure this out, we're still in business. If there's something to talk about that I don't need to bring in any type of audio.
Saleh Al Ghaf free sale.
Definitely be on that.
Sale,
But
sale.
until I figure that out, we're going on hiatus from this type of content because, again, I've said this,
Bro, we're going on a hiatus, dog.
and I didn't mean to make this video that long. I just wanted to make sure I
Yeah,
thoroughly
thank you.
explained it.
Jeez.
Is I do not trust the
Video's long, man, bro.
system
Long ass
with
video.
fair use on YouTube. Okay, stating fair use, showing the fair
Christine Adhiambo Mindolo.
disclaimer means absolutely nothing. It does not mean a thing. Because I have had to take down people's videos. I've never had somebody request to take down from me, and I'm not gonna have that.
You ain't gonna take down my video, dog. I'm just kidding. I did have somebody took down one of my videos. They sent a privacy complaint, and it wasn't even my video. It was just like someone else's video that I shared, and they sent me a privacy complaint. It was one of those FAPA videos outside of a dispensary.
Okay, so you can look at it the way you want to, but this is a protection from one, keeping this channel going, and not giving her the satisfaction of even trying to do that, because Dante London did it several times. He did it.
So that's one thing that I'm wondering about, is how all you guys get around those privacy complaints. Now let's move on to our next episode in the documentary series, since we got this one pretty much covered. The next one is gonna be 13 minutes. Starting now.
go along with this. I want to make something
go
very
along with
clear.
it. So go along with it. We're gonna make something very clear. Okay?
I told you guys that Dodash wasn't currently without her apartment.
I already told you guys that she wasn't currently without that apartment. It was all an act. It was all a big show. Puro show. Una actuación.
She's literally sitting in her apartment. This video is from today. I
Yeah.
wish that the
This one is from today, guys.
first thing I hope she does, real talk, I'm not even being funny, is with her new found money. I hope
We're going to put it on the documentaries playlist. You can find that on my channel page under the documentaries. The one with the capital D, not the one with the lowercase d.
another tracksuit. I don't know if they make them in different colors, but I hope that she gets about 7. Whatever colors they make, I hope that she gets them. So let me be very clear about something. This video is from the video she posted today.
What? Well, I'm glad somebody is out there watching her content, because I can't stomach it. So I come here to Syndicate Video Media to check out my updates, to get updated.
And apparently she's moving out of her apartment. Now,
Yeah, we already
If
knew
Dodash-
that, dog.
was out of her apartment. Why is she still sitting in it? All right. I want to tell y'all what this is all about. This is all about a person who can't be trusted. So
Yeah, that's true.
it appears as though that the reality of her
She's a fucking compulsive liar. Fucking narcissistic liar.
from her apartment is true, is that she is moving from her apartment. What I said in my videos after my return was that she wasn't currently living in her car. These videos are fairly recent, and if they're not, then follow the journey.
Back it up.
In her
back
previous-
on up, back on up.
And if they're not, then that means those after my return was that she wasn't currently living in her car. These videos are fairly recent,
Yeah, we already knew that.
and
though.
if they're not, then that means that she recorded them, and she recorded them before she moved out. Why would she do that? Why would she record videos before she moved out and not follow the journey? In her previous video, she said that she wasn't able.
Yeah, like if you want to really follow the journey, it should be all live stream.
$1,000 or $2,500 to send the video, her furniture an hour and a half away. That's what she said. So she said that she wasn't going to be able to do that, so she would send the person some money. This is not about.
What? Oh, she already reneged on that shit? Bro, you don't make a promise on video and then fucking renege on that shit.
Moving out of her apartment. This is about a known
Oh,
internet
Lord.
liar, con artist, scammer. Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
what if she actually is moving to her apartment, to her car, which it appears as though is what's really happening. That is not the point of this video. The point of this video and this whole the journey that we've been on is how you cannot believe a liar. All right, so she's sitting in her apartment currently. Let's give her. No, we won't do that. We won't give her the benefit of the doubt. She is currently sitting in her apartment. Who knows when this was recorded? But she has videos upon videos upon videos about her already living in her car. So that means that this was recorded weeks ago is what this was, right?
Supposedly.
But she has you believing that she's in her car now.
Allegedly.
Well, according to her, she's broken her lease and she's going to live in her car. Well, we knew that would be official no later than March 1st if she was actually in her car. And it appears she is. So in today's video, she goes on.
Wait, does it really appear she is? Because last time she was sitting in her car, but it didn't appear that she was living in her car because she didn't have any stuff in her car. And now we know from watching Travis Hines that if you're living in your car, you're gonna have like a whole bunch of stuff in the car. Just like Travis Hines. You know what I mean? Just like that old Travis Hines dog. Watch the door for me. I gotta run in real quick. We'll now continue with our regularly scheduled programming. A documentary about an internet scammer. You know what I mean, Vern? No, I guess I'll keep that out. Turn that this way.
Showing
Well, it
herself,
doesn't matter. Ain't
you know,
nobody
moving
here.
her out of her apartment, cleaning up, blah blah blah.
Ain't nobody here.
And then she
Don't
gets
matter.
back into the car and talks about how at peace she is. Okay. How at peace she
Ain't
is, and
nobody
how this was
watching.
the right decision for her, and all that stuff. And you know what? That stuff is great. If that's the case,
That
I'm
shit
happy
is
for her.
great, dog.
The point
Fucking
that I'm
great.
making is,
Shit
if
is
she's so
fucking-
happy,
This shit is friggin' great. It's friggin' great.
content. She mentions content quite a bit. She was
Content?
spending over $2,000 a month in
No, she means content.
his rent. She claims was $1,600. She might be capping with that.
Yeah.
Then she goes forward, right? And now she's living in her car. She says that she's paying $200 to this, that she was paying $2,000. So
What?
here's the point that I'm trying to make. Why is the entire internet making videos about this woman? Why do you think that is? It's not just me. Not in 2024, 2025, and now 2026. Very few people are talking about her in 2026. I took 140 days off myself, 149. Why are people talking about her? Because this woman right here is the person that is supposed to be, you're supposed to have the benefit of the doubt. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. This woman is guilty until proven innocent. Okay? I have watched her over almost 2 years take from your grandmother, take from yourself, your mother, your father, your brother.
That's right.
Okay?
She took from
Anybody
your
that believes in
grandma,
her and her
dog.
shenanigans and her stories. This person, if
She just robbed your grandma, dog.
which it appears she is, okay, based off some information that I have, right? It looks like
What?
she's living in a car, and she will. So my thing is, she should never, ever have to ask you for a dime. In these videos, she talked about how she made $500 today, roughly, and she put 10% of one batch. She made $200 and something here and $200 and something there. She put 10%.
Wish I could have a $500 day.
About $28 to get some account. All right, so she made $500 today, allegedly.
That's fucking cap. bro. If you got that much hassle, you don't need no internet scam. You got that much hustle.
There is no reason she should ever have to ask anyone for money. If you're
I'm
saving
saying.
that $2,000 you were putting for rent, now you can put that up. If you have a problem with your car, you got it. If you need to have a hotel,
You got this. You need those brakes? You got this.
if you need gas, you got it, right? So, she should never, ever, ever, ever have to request
Ever,
any
ever?
money. If she asks, and that's what the point is, all right? This person has been online for decades, and she has been asking money, funding her grifts, whatever dream and desire that she has, she's content because she wants to travel, she wants to do all this stuff. And usually it's at your expense because you were paying her rent or you were helping her travel. Now it's all on her. So we'll see if she changed, if she really turned over a new leaf. And part of that is going to be if she can go 1 year without requesting any money.
Yeah. Without
maybe you
putting
can
that
start to
cash
trust
app.
her. See this?
Without putting that Cash App in the description, without putting that PayPal link in the description. Yeah, right. It ain't gonna happen.
Whether she moved out or not. It was about her telling you she moved out when clearly she did not. All right? So, let me show you so you don't think I'm capping. We're going to go to her videos. And this is all that this is about. First, let me
Oh,
go back.
yeah,
I wanna show you
dog.
what these videos do.
Bring it.
And she talked about how people are criticizing her for chronicling the journey. Look at this. Those do astronomical.
What? What? They were criticizing her for chronicling the journey? Well, what a poor little baby. How could they?
This is her. The gray bar is what her videos were getting over the last 28 days. The blue bar The blue bar is what she's getting now. She's getting 4 times what she usually gets. Her videos are, they do numbers. I don't know what it is, but they do numbers. So I think that this is a con and start of a,
Her videos are trash. And they do numbers because the vast majority of people out there are mindless buffoons who don't do anything unless everyone else is already doing it. They have no critical thinking skills, and they don't have no desire to learn. All they want is to be entertained.
in front of a con, right?
So honestly, I blame the viewers. I blame the viewers. Because you're a bunch of dumbasses. Not my viewers, but her viewers.
And popping popcorn and eating popcorn from her car and all this stuff. So I have a prediction of what's going to happen. All right?
She's gonna do a stealth camping video. That's my prediction. Spoiler alert, the stealth camping video is coming up next.
For 1 year without asking for money. And asking for money is going to be a list of things. It's going to be either her, something happened, she fell on hard times, Cash App. Or she had a revelation and she's going to sell a product. DoorDash on the road. How to, my on the road journey, my ebook, she's going to sell some type of product that has to do with her road life.
Yeah, she's gonna try to monetize it somehow.
Give me money, maybe she sells whatever she sells. Something is coming, right? Something is coming. I tell you what, here in them, where I'm at, it get cold.
But you buffoons, sit there and donate like big bucks, like big money. To channels like Ian on YouTube, who just live streams his job at 7-Eleven. I've been doing that same kind of shit. Since way before he came along. But in my case, it's just nobody gives a shit. But I saw your comments on Ian on YouTube channel. I saw your comments there. And it was like $200, $500. And it was a lot of them. It was a lot of them, bro. I couldn't believe this shit. And then the next post was like, I got fired from 7-Eleven. And I was like, haha, serves you right. And it was just nothing but comments. And it's like $500, $200, $300. In the comments section. Bro, who leaves comments like that? On such an idiotic, inane, insipid, dull, mindless, uninteresting, boring channel. Who knows? What's to say what you guys are going to think is an interesting video? Somebody could be doing something really random, something really boring, some ASMR crap, or just posting their mundane crap about their fucking life at work, and you guys love it. You eat it up. But then on another one, it's the same type of shit, and it doesn't get any views. What's up with that? Is it the viewers that are to blame, or is it just the YouTube platform itself? Or both? A little of both.
Ice cold. So that Texas cold ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. But as we approach the summer and it start getting hot in the mud, we gonna see exactly how this pan out. All right. So again, this is not about her. Look, she made tens of thousands of dollars and she spent it all. That's her business. She made hundreds of $1,000s. In my first year, I made over $100,000. She made, look, she blew it. That's her fault. My issue came in, and most of us' issue came in when she blew up on YouTube, had no idea why, tried to sell a course why, tried to get people, tell them this woman is living in her car.
Yeah, tried to sell a course. Why? And look, It's nothing that she did. It was through none of her own doing. You know what I mean? The way people have quote unquote success is just arbitrary. It's not organic at all anymore. YouTube just controls that shit. They fucking decide who's gonna blow up and who's not.
Choice. And she told you to quit your 9 to 5. She told you to forget them jobs. And she's choosing to be a vagabond.
Forget them jobs, dog.
It's perfectly fine. The latter part of that, not telling you to quit your jobs. She told you that she sold you a course showing you how to go viral. And this woman is living in her car by choice. Alleged.
Well, I'll tell them to quit their jobs because employers don't appreciate people.
Right? So, look, a known liar, there is not an ounce of me that feels sorry, bad. Look, you reap what you sow. And in addition to that, why should I feel sorry for her? She said this was her choice. So you ain't getting no sympathy and ain't no tears shed over here. She chose to live in her car. That's what she said. Why would I feel sorry for somebody who chose to do that and who documented their tens of thousands of dollars that they flaunted in your face?
I've gotten to where I really hate YouTube. I fucking hate this shit. I hate YouTube. And my declaration about this is that social media is not social. Social media is not social. All it's good for is scamming. All it's good for is scamming people, grifting, getting people to send you donations. That's all it's good for anymore.
Caviar and buying
YouTube is a grifter's paradise.
expensive thing they can get their hands on. I have no reason to feel sorry for them. So that's not what this. Who cares that she's living in her car?
Show me a successful YouTube channel and I'll show you a really good grifter. I'll show you someone who's really good at grifting.
So, with her living in her car, whatever she was paying on rent, she should be able to save that. You got to pay taxes. You might have to get.
So it is. Even the view count, even the viewership is a fucking grift.
Not, at least half of that should be saved. $1,000 a month, bare minimum. No reason she should be asking you. If you have money to put into a Roth or an IRA, she shouldn't have to ask you 4, 8, 9. I want you to remember that. That is the point of this whole thing. That is the point of this whole, from the curl smiler.
Yeah, that's true, because she was talking about investing and doing real estate and all this. Like she's the fucking monocle guy from Monopoly. Like, please, give me a break, bitch.
$500 curl smiler to a viral blueprint to success, to the follow-up to that, and countless other, $1,000 one-on-one, a $200 channel review, and all of this. Look, it's been so long I can't even name them. But if she's living in her car and she's saving thousands of dollars a month and she's making hundreds of dollars a day, there is no reason on earth she should ever ask for your money.
There's no reason why I can't do that too, right?
She can't help herself. And I'm predicting that within the next year, she's going to sell a product. Some desperation's going to come. And she's going to have car trouble, and she's going to ask for your money.
She already mentioned the brakes again.
Herself. I don't know if she's gone a year without running a con. So I hope it all works out for her. I do. She living in her car. Good for her. Good for her. It's a little tight. You know what I'm saying? I need to stretch out. I'm getting old. I need to stretch out. I like my bed. I'm going to keep it a buck. I like my bed. And thankfully, I have family I can fall back on if hard time.
Shit, that must be nice. Must be nice, dog. To have a family that you actually have a relationship with. Wow, that is a very different world from the one in which I live.
And I would choose to do that. I would choose to do that. Look, I can't even sit in my car with the windows, with the look. In April, it's April 1st. Spring is here. I can't sit in my car with the windows up, let alone in the summer. Nah, I'm not made for that. But shout out to everybody who is. But again, this right here, this person you see here, is a person who chose to live in their car and to save money. Over $2,000 a month. We've already established that's $24,000 a year. This person here should not have to ask you for a dime to do anything. So beware, be wary.
Well, I mean, that's if she even had an income in the first place. You're presuming that she had an income. But the whole reason why she moved out of the place is probably because she couldn't afford it. Couldn't make those payments. $1,600 a month. Bro, I've been there. I've done that. My ex wanted to live in some swanky place like that in uptown Dallas, where the rent was all fucking sky high and shit. And then she gets all stressed out when we can't afford it. I'm like, bitch, I fucking told you. I said, can we afford this? Hell, she might have even got evicted. Well, no, she was doing all that talking about eviction. You know, she was saying she moved out because she didn't want to get evicted. But I mean, that pretty much tells you that she was gonna get evicted, and that's why she moved out. So, you know, you're presuming that she has an income, and if you're on the gig apps, that's one thing you don't have is a consistent income.
If she can make it to March 1st, 2027, and not ask for a dime. If she can make it that long, look, she just breaking the ice. She got a lot to atone for. She got a long way to go. You can put your trust in her if you want to. I don't care. I don't care. I care about the fact that she had you believing something that wasn't true. And if she charged you for that. That's the problem.
She did. She charged you for that. She charged you for that. She charged you for that. And you bought it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Comment section. They want to talk all this stuff. No. You wasn't here when she took advantage of your grandmother. You wasn't here when she took advantage of your sister. You wasn't here when she took advantage of your wife. When she sold you dreams as a YouTube influencer who blew up out of nowhere. And she took advantage of that by money, asking you for money. She told you to quit your job. She
told you that, dog. She told you that.
There's no reason that she should have any money saved up. And she should have to ask for any money.
She told you.
For 1 penny. It's a grip. So don't be surprised. Anyway, hey, piece of advice. It's going to get hot. Make sure you got that Planet Fitness membership.
All right.
Video media.
That Planet Fitness video, that Planet Fitness membership, yeah, so you can take showers and use the bathroom when you get them bubble guts. All right, I would say thanks for hanging out with me.
Mentioned the breaking news. Hillary Clinton spent several.
Nobody cares enough to hang out with me, but we had a few people stop in, take a little peek, take a little peep show, drop a little like, drop a little comment. We appreciate all you guys, all you wonderful guys for that so much, don't we? And now, I'm going to continue with my playlist, but I've got to get back to work because I've got to get back to work. And I'm going to stop this now because my mobile hotspot data is used up. And I forgot that phone anyway, so Toodaloo.